So here is a headline that's getting some political attention tonight. Quote, improving poll numbers give Republicans hope that the midterms might not be so bad. According to the Real Clear Politics average, Democrats' lead in the generic congressional matchups have been shrinking a bit. But when it comes to individual races, the story is different, with the Cook Political Report shifting 21 House races towards the Democrats today. So here to help us figure this out, our friend Tom Bevan, co-founder and publisher of Real Clear Politics. Tom, good to see you. Obviously, it's a long way out and a lot can happen. But the people who are doing fundraising and who are looking to recruit people for these races are watching these numbers very closely, right?
Absolutely. And look, there are the sort of the macro indicators. You mentioned the generic ballot, Trump's approval rating, right track, wrong direction. Those are sort of the macro numbers, that indicators that you look at. But at the district level, you're right. I mean, Democrats have had very strong recruiting efforts over the past few months. And this last release of fundraising numbers, they're in a very strong position. And so I think on a district by district level basis, Democrats are in a pretty good position. Yeah,
I mean, you have to watch for that enthusiasm and the intensity. And as you point out, recruiting, I think they have far more female candidates than the Republicans do. They have a lot of military candidates. So that it looks like they're, looking to sort of hone in on places where some people who voted for President Trump or the Republican candidate last time around might be convinced to be pulled across.
Exactly. There are, I think, 23 districts that Hillary Clinton won in 2016, where Republican incumbents are battling to hold on. And so this is going to be certainly, historically speaking, Republicans are sort of up against it in the House, and they are facing an enthusiasm gap with Democrats right now. But what they do have on their side, we've seen improving numbers on the economy, on the tax cuts. I think that's what helped contributed to the decrease in the generic ballot number. And they've also got redistricting in 2010 helped them shore up some of these marginal districts, which puts them in a bit stronger position than they might otherwise have been.
Let's take a look. You have 3 races that you think are the top races to watch right now. California 39. Illinois 6 and Virginia 10. Why are those so? And Barbara Comstock, who's at the end of that list, we saw her arguing in favor of not shutting down the government because most of her district works for the government, right?
Right. So I picked one in the West. Obviously, the road to a Democratic majority runs through California, Southern California in particular. A lot of competitive races there, but Ed Royce's district, this is a district Clinton won. He's retiring. It's an open seat. It's one of the Dems' best pickup opportunities. Peter Roskam here in Illinois, he is a guy who in 2006, when all the Republicans were getting wiped out, he won. So if Peter Roskam is in trouble at any point in this cycle, the Republicans might be in for a really rough ride. And then Barbara Comstock, you mentioned, she's been targeted, probably the most vulnerable Republican incumbent right now. And again, this battle, Martha, is mostly going to be fought in the suburbs around the country, and where Democrats they found success in 2016 with well-educated suburbanites. And the question is whether they're able to make inroads there in the districts where Hillary Clinton won. But and whether Republicans can sort of fend them off.
As you point out, the economy ticking up, and the tax reform is what Republicans hope will save the day for them. So we'll see how it goes. Tom, thank you very much. Good to see you tonight.
You bet.